So many thanks for speaking to us at ET. Now, let me first begin by talking about, we're in the midst of a lot of controversy which is surrounding Aadhaar right now. Where do you really stand? Because the whole idea was that Aadhaar should be used to be able to pass on a lot of benefits to
Yep.
consumers.
Yep.
But if your own security details get breached, this obviously raises a lot of questions.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's just get it clear. India needs a foundation, and Aadhaar, worded as foundation, is a absolutely necessity for this country. In this country, we do not know how many people are there and who are the people when you want to identify them as a whether in any service or any offering as a state. So Aadhaar is a necessity and a need of this country. What we need, like what our team and what's UIDI, CAO, and what various people are now doing in government are that they're adding different additional layers of securities. Remember, no technology platform day one can be called perfect. It continuously needs upgradations based on what customers do with it and what kind of things that come up to it. So I'm very happy that UIDI is taking next logical steps and upgrading the security, upgrading the comfort of customers. There is no doubt about it that India needs Aadhaar and Aadhaar needs to get better.
Which I totally agree with. In fact, we were in conversation with Mr. Nandan Nilekani also, who's the chief architect of UIDAI, and he did say that, all this conspiracy and controversy is being raised at a time when the constitutional bench is going to take up the issue surrounding Aadhaar. Are you also of the same opinion that these are just controversies, at this point of time, which are just being used to malign Aadhaar?
To be honest about it, I'm not sure why these timelines play out. I think I've learned it thanks to the Twitter. A lot more knowledge, otherwise I wouldn't have guessed it. The need of the hour is that we need Aadhaar, and we need Aadhaar that gets securer and safer, which is what the reality is. Whether it is at a time when constitutional bench is sitting, whether it is a time when privacy initiatives were taken, but I think this country needs Aadhaar. There is no secret about it.
Why do you say this country needs Aadhaar?
Yep. So no country in the world can offer any service to citizens unless they know who the citizen is. If you work in a company and company does not know who you are, and they want to give some salaries to people, they just don't throw in the air. They throw into an identified destination. That identification is what is called Aadhaar.
Absolutely.
So it's a need. You can definitely challenge that the way I think A is done, B is done, C is done could have been done in a better way as A1, A2, B2, V2, 3. That's fine. Those things need to be done.
When all those issues surrounding Aadhaar really came up with the data breach, do you believe this is something that Aadhaar should have predicted it earlier? Because this virtual ID, the face identification recognition that we are seeing is something that had been in the works for some time.
Well, the answer is that I think there is a proactive action on it, and there is a proactive need of action of it. There is no secret about it, and I think we are seeing a lot of such actions. What we have to understand as countrymen and fellow countrymen is that no technology systems are final in the day one. Whether you build a Google on the day one, or whether you build a WhatsApp on day one, or whether you build a Paytm on day one, it does not matter what you build. It'll get evolved, it'll get learned, the issues will come up, it'll get solved. What we need to pray, wish, ask, demand is that UIDI continuously improves Aadhaar and UIDI, which is they are doing. So I'm very happy what the steps that they're taking.
My last question to you, Mr. Sharma, before I let you go, we're just 2 weeks ahead of the union budget. Your own expectations from it?
I personally have a very small expectation on these early stage startups where when you do investments, they get identified as a capital gain tax. So I wish that government finds out a way, and the ministry puts a tax problem that a couple of these startups are having. It is identified as a capital gain, should not be.